You can't unsee Jo Blythe's topless images after you've seen them, so be sure you're alone before you hit play. You will be astounded by the daring revelation that concludes the series, so stay until the very last frame. In a dimly lit studio, Jo appears clad only in a flowing silk robe that falls over her shoulders. With her back to the camera and her robe falling just enough to show the contour of her shoulder blade, the first picture is all about suggestion. The halo effect produced by the light pools surrounding her is almost unearthly. You realize immediately that this isn't your typical glamour photo shoot. You are encouraged to stop and take a close look at this private, calm time. Jo turns just enough to reveal her side profile in the second picture. She displays the silky flesh of her ribs while shielding her modesty by crossing her arm over her chest. It is obvious that what starts as a whisper will turn into a complete confession as the silk robe opens at the waist and pulls at her feet. Her free hair falls over one shoulder, softening the picture and counteracting the glaring nudity that follows. There was a social media breakdown. Jo's courage was commended by her admirers, who described her as artistic, powerful, and so beautifully raw. Feeds were flooded with comments like, "I've never seen anything like this," and "This is true body positivity," while art reviewers praised the series' combination of strength and sensitivity and compared it to traditional portraiture. Beauty blogs shared their own interpretations, highlighting the way light and shadow danced across her body. You can see that this is a well-written story by looking at the fourth image. Jo's robe is gone, and she is standing with her arms up above her head against a plain background. Owning her body, her choices, and her authority is conveyed through the tenseness in her muscles, the arch of her back, and the tilt of her chin. The image has a timeless quality, as if it were captured shortly before you hit play or decades ago. However, everyone will remember the last picture. The image is a close-up of Jo's torso, showing the hollow between her breasts and the line of her collarbone. The petals of a solitary white blossom that is nestled just above her waist are softly touching her skin. The image is elevated from nudity to poetry by the addition of flowers. It's a subtle yet rebellious flourish that reflects the beauty of nature on a human canvas. On that flower, critics voice their opinions. Some refer to it as a brilliant move, a representation of rebirth and life that counterbalanced the shot's bareness. Others felt it was too valuable, a diversion from her silhouette's unvarnished honesty. The overwhelmingly positive comments, however, centered on how the flower brought the story to a close. Jo wasn't only bearing flesh. Rather, she was letting us in on a tale of rebirth, tenacity, and the basic beauty of existence. Jo confided in her team behind the scenes that she wanted something classic and unique. She and the photographer tried a variety of outfits, materials, and accessories, but they knew they got it when they put just one flower around her waist. Jo claimed that every time she saw the flower, she felt a rush of energy, as though it served as a reminder that she had power over how the world regarded her body. Give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe if Jo Blythe's daring photographs left you speechless. That way, you won't miss another instance of her unabashed self-expression. Make sure you're AIone before you view again, and then let me know in the comments which image most resonated with you.